Okay people, welcome to Robo's favorite figures of 2016. I thought I'd put this video together just kind of listing my highlights of the year. And while it's really easy to pick a bunch of figures that I really liked within the past month or two, a lot of the figures that I really liked came out at the tail end of the year. So the first of the year was kind of slow for my own personal favorites, but it really ramped up mid-summer. Now I'm not putting together the list for the best action figures. It's not by overall criteria. These are the figures that just blew my skirt up. So yeah, the characters themselves may be a little bit of the determining factor for them to make it to my list. It's not overall list. This is Robo's favorite figures. But I'm going to start out with some honorable mentions because my list was more than 5, but not quite 10. So I'm going with 5, and here's some extras. I'm going with the SH Figure Arts Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They didn't quite make the list, and I think that's because of just all the turtles we've gotten lately. This is my favorite version. It almost made this list, but not quite. Like I said, there's some awesome figures. Also, Storm Collectibles Scorpion. This is a great figure. It's a great start, and we'll see where this line goes. And then Figma Hulk. Beautiful, beautiful figure. I love this figure. It's my Hulk figure on the shelf, but there is just a couple of points of articulation that they don't anger me. I'm just not used to. Maybe once I get more Figma, I'll be used to the joints. But as it is, he's just barely off the list. Just right there, just that close. For my number 5 pick of favorite action figure of this year, I'm going with Mace Windu from the SH Figure Arts line. The articulation is amazing. The look is amazing. Their face printing technology, I know is not for everybody. People see it in pictures, they automatically write it off that it's ugly or, you know, fuzzy or just out of whack. But once you get these things in hand, they're like little bitty humans. This is just a great line when it comes to the humans. I'm not too down with their armored characters, but as far as Star Wars human type characters go, SH Figure Arts has it down. For number 4, people may find this kind of a surprise entry, or why did she beat out some of the other characters that made honorable mention? I'm going with the DC Collectibles Icons Harley Quinn. In my mind's eye, when I think of the comic book Harley, this is what I picture. Kind of a mix of realism and comic book aesthetics. Plus the articulation here, it kind of made me double take with the Icons line. I've only bought the Joker since, but DC Collectibles has also kind of messed with their schedule lately. And it also doesn't help that I lost Hastings this year. So, it doesn't quite fit with the rest of my DC figures, which are made up of mostly DC Universe classics. But put her in a sitting position, sitting off the shelf, kind of breaking the fourth wall, looking all giggly, bubbly, and Harley. I can't ask for a better Harley figure. For my number 3 figure, I'm going with Marvel Legends Wolverine from the X-Men Legends series. Now I can already hear people saying, why are you putting a Marvel Legends figure in with all these import and specialty shop figures? And I say, it's Wolverine. Look at it. It's Wolverine. It's the comic Wolverine that we've been looking for in figure form for how many years? I can't even count how many years. We've dealt with 2 tall Wolverines, we've dealt with 2 skinny Wolverines, we've dealt with high crotch Wolverines, and that's not taking away from any of those other Wolverines. I know people have their preferences. As far as my preferences go, this is Wolverine. Number 2 may be another character choice over figure choice, but I've got to go with the amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool. It's just a beauty to behold. It's hand candy. Any pose you want to put it in, it's going into that pose. Yes, it comes out a little bit gappy. The articulation is kind of funky, but once you hit that angle, once you hit that pose, once you hit that arm coming around the back of his head, the other one strangling himself, the leg up over him, once you hit that, that is just frosting on the cake. It's just an amazing figure to fiddle with. Plus, more than any other toy on this list, this figure made me go back and reassess my feelings about a toy company. Before this, I hated Revoltech joints, and even after, they're not my favorite, but give me a figure this good, and I will deal with them. Definitely. And for number 1, it's no surprise to anybody that I will pick a Star Wars character, I will pick an import company, and I will pick Boba Fett. Everybody saw this coming. I am going to pick the Empire Strikes Back version though. Even though we've all been waiting for Return of the Jedi, no other company had given us that version of the character before this, I'm going with Empire. Because before it came out, I was really down on Mafex. And I still am, kind of, because I still hear QC issues coming with some of the newer figures that I haven't bought yet. But when I look at this figure, this is just the epitome of Boba Fett. I can't get over how great this figure looks. The paint, the articulation, the sculpt. The QC issues that were prevalent in previous Mafex figures were not present here. Now, I'm not saying this figure is perfect. No figure is perfect. There's always something to nitpick. But the Mafex Boba Fett is damn close. So yeah, 2016, not the greatest in other aspects of the world, in our life, that kind of thing. But action figure wise, it was a great year. Expensive year, but yeah, great year. So let me hear your top 5. Put your top 5 down in the comments and talk me out of my top 5. Or we'll have a war of the top 5s. We'll just argue back and forth. I'm not gonna argue. I'm down with everyone's preferences. Everybody has their own likes, their dislikes. So we'll save the arguing until I get to my most disappointing figure list. So yeah, we'll wait for that. So comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.